In the late 19th century, London was shaken by one of the darkest mysteries in history, the legend of Jack the Ripper. This shadowy figure became infamous for a series of shocking crimes in the East End of London in 1888. The victims were poor women, living in some of the harshest conditions of Victorian society. The attacks were brutal, so disturbing that newspapers at the time turned the unknown criminal into a legend. Letters were even sent to the police, signed with the name Jack the Ripper. That name stuck forever. But was Jack real? Or just a creation of the press to give fear a face? Among the many theories about his identity, one of the most controversial points directly to the British royal family. And at the center of it all, stands Prince Albert Victor, the grandson of Queen Victoria. Who was Prince Albert Victor? Born in 1864, Albert Victor was the eldest son of the future King Edward VII. Since childhood, he was destined for the throne. He was expected to be king one day. But unlike the image of a strong and wise monarch, Albert Victor was often described as frail, quiet, and distant. By the time he reached adulthood, rumors surrounded him. He was linked to the infamous Cleveland Street scandal, a high-profile case involving a hidden world of forbidden relationships in London. Although no direct proof was ever found, just the association was enough to damage his reputation. Then came the theory that Albert Victor himself was connected to the Jack the Ripper crimes. Theories connecting him to Jack the Ripper. There are several versions of this conspiracy. Theory 1, he was the Ripper himself. Some sensational books in the 1970s and 1980s suggested that Albert Victor had a secret double life, roaming the streets of Whitechapel under disguise. But historical records show he was not even in London during several of the tragic nights. Theory 2, a royal cover-up. Another version claims Albert Victor fell in love with a common woman in Whitechapel. When the secret relationship threatened to go public, powerful figures in the establishment silenced the women who knew too much. In this theory, it wasn't Albert Victor committing the crimes, but rather agents acting to protect him. Theory 3, illness and decline. Some believed Albert Victor suffered from severe health issues, perhaps even mental struggles, making him unstable. But again, hard evidence is lacking, and many historians dismiss this as pure speculation. Why did Jack do it? If we set aside the royal theories, historians and criminologists have long debated why Jack the Ripper carried out these attacks. Some argue he hated women, others say he was taking revenge against society, or perhaps he was simply seeking power through fear. But the truth is, we don't know. His motives are lost to history. And that's why the case still haunts the imagination, because without a motive, Jack becomes not just a man, but a symbol of darkness in the human soul. Was Jack even his real name? The answer is no. The name Jack the Ripper came from one of the many letters sent to the police, supposedly by the killer himself. It was signed Jack the Ripper. But most experts today believe the letters were written by journalists or pranksters, not the actual criminal. The real name, the true face of Jack, was never discovered. The fate of Prince Albert Victor. As for Albert Victor, he never became king. In 1892, at the age of 28, he passed away during a terrible influenza outbreak. His younger brother, George, became heir, and would later rule as King George V. And so, the mystery of Jack the Ripper remained unsolved. Was Prince Albert Victor truly involved? Or was he simply a convenient scapegoat, a tragic royal who died young, forever linked to one of the darkest legends in London's history? And perhaps that is why the story of Jack the Ripper will never die. Because until the truth is known, we are left with theories, shadows, and one haunting question: what if the crown itself was touched by the darkness of Whitechapel?